Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Hello and welcome to Hungry News, the news which is about Hungary actually. But it's quite funny, isn't it? Anyway, so now I have time to record some stuff while my computers are working. No, our computers, no, this is not that big of a company actually. Okay, so basically, while my computers are working, and I just hit a glass. Okay, so while our computers are working, I just record some stuff because it's funny, and instead of doing some Hungarian teaching stuff, I usually watch My Little Pony, but that's just the one thing you don't want to know about me. I mean, I know. Okay, anyway, so we are going to talk about community because community doesn't exist in Hungary. Well, yeah, that's true. I wrote it myself. And others. Hungarians usually. So basically, we Hungarians are very, very interesting people, and individually, we are little geniuses. Well, you know, because we are quite clever. So, but we cannot form a group because of the disagreement which occurs whenever forming a group. So basically, this is why we are in a little bit of trouble. Well, anyway, our little community, our country, has a great depth, mostly because of the wars, mostly because we wanted to, support the fascists instead of anyone else. But you know what? We tried. If they won the war, we would be in a different position, probably dead. But because we're not German. But anyway, so we have a great depth. Now, our government issued restraints, which is awesome. Mainly because we don't have enough money, Every month we have a little less money. Because new taxes are coming out, and in 2012 we'll have the highest rate of VAT in the EU, 27% actually. For example, in England or in the USA, it's 15. Now, just a little bit more. Okay, so these are the restraints. And of course, many of the salaries have been cut, with more taxes. Because that's fun. Who says it's not? So economists say this is bad. This is bad because if we restrain ourselves, and the government keeps spending, so I'd like to mention at this point that some of our squares and bridges are refurbished. They wouldn't have to be, but it's good for the whatever PR we have. Okay, so economists say this is bad because we are just keep going down and down and down and down until we hit rock bottom, which will be fun. Fun is actually the most used word today's news. Okay, so people say this is bad because of the lack of jobs. Normally, a company such as mine tries to create places where people can work naturally because we need workers and workers need jobs and they get things done because they are people and they are really good at jobs. So this is not going to happen because of the high taxes. People or companies need to let go many of their employees. So you know what direction I'm heading. It's not that fun actually. Okay, so this is a dark future, and this is the top story in this something something. Is this a magazine? I don't know. If I'll have time, I try to do this, talking about the current events in Hungary on a daily basis. But you are here because you want to know to want to learn the language. So just tell me if it's bothering you when I try to make another channel. I just like the community here, so I just guessed I'd try something. Okay, anyway, moving on. I spent more than 5 minutes explaining the dark situation in Hungary, and now I don't take questions because this is a video here. You know. So, I'll be honest. No, that's bad because so far, it seems that so far I haven't been honest, but I was. Yeah. So I'd like to be honest on a more advanced level. I don't try to make my country look bad, but to tell the truth, this is not that great of a country. I know that, for example, I don't know, some other country, Egypt can be, worse a little bit. I don't need a culture because cultures are awesome, but I can mean the economy. So we are hoping that our government, which is a right side, I'm not good with politics, but that is the left and the right side, and that's the right, and now they are a right side politicians, right-sided politicians on the right side, something like that. Anyway, so they are on the right side and not on the dark side, but I'm not suggesting here. Okay, so they are on the right. Yeah, there. I wanted to make a joke saying dark side, but I think I screwed it up. Anyway, so they are on the right side, which means nothing to me because I don't know the difference between the left and the right side. And just thank you. Please don't explain it to me. I don't really care because I've heard that so many times. But in Hungary, it seems very little. It makes actually very little difference. To be on the left on the right side because so far, um, after the revolution, we spent 20 years, just creating our little country, and we saw that well, our governments don't really do a good job, you know, because it seems that they are not really professionals, but there is a lot coming from, sources like the press, which supposedly free, that our politicians keep stealing money, which is not different from any other places in the world, except that we have very little money to steal. So, this would be a good time for our politicians to make a little sacrifice, not building that second or third home in the countryside and not, exchanging business ideas, bad business ideas for the countries, for a little money slipped through, I don't know, under the blanket of the table or whatever, however they do these kind of things. I'd really like to know how they do these things. There was a rumor, and it was actually there was a photo, so it could be real, that I think a couple of years ago, our big company, transportation company called BKV, which makes very very little transportation in Budapest actually, but it's supposed to do the job. So that company exchanged business ideas, contracts, and the money went out from the office to the homes of these individuals in a Nokia phone boxes, which was really nice, I guess, because it's nice touch for the company. because it could have been, iPhone boxes or whatever, but they, choose to support Nokia and do a little commercial. We are talking about millions, literally hundreds of millions of forints, actually, and well, arrests were made, regarding this little topic, and you know, I don't know if they found the money, actually. I mean, news just, you know, in evening news, for example, a story gets picked up and then throw it in the trash can is the method. So we then don't actually know what really happened. Trials were held and stuff, so maybe there was a little justice. I should really make up my mind with these war and war stuff. Yeah, I supposedly teach this stuff. This is very bad PR for me. But anyway, this is the list I wrote to myself. This is what I wanted to talk. So basically, see you tomorrow, I guess. Well, I think I'll be free tomorrow, so yeah, okay. If it's good for you, that could be good for me as well. So if I'll have no, big issues tomorrow, I try to make another. Very little thing will change. But if you want to make requests, what I should talk about, because it's supposed to be a daily stuff, and I will be out of material soon. I think that that would be a good idea. I can talk about socialism and stuff. I can talk about, well, not personal stuff, obviously, but almost personal stuff. So yeah, this is it. Okay, thanks for watching again. Thanks for being really, really patient with me. But hopefully, because the weather is really bad outside, I'll be able to make it done tomorrow. Okay, so this is it. I'll try to shut this off, and then goodbye.